Welcome to the tutorial on tracking and traceability in DSL's AutoPilot4Feed control system. Lot traceability is designed to track and trace everything through a plant. This means that for every delivery of raw material to a plant, it's given a lot identity, and this lot is tracked everywhere it goes around the plant and every finished product it goes into, and therefore every customer it goes to. Lot traceability also means that if there's a problem with a delivery of finished product, the system can track to which other customers that same product lot went to and which individual raw material lots went into it. Raw materials generally come into the plant in one of four ways. Bulk deliveries, a full load often in around 27 tons. Liquids in tankers and also smaller 1-ton IBCs. Hand additives, often in small bags, and tote bags, often about a ton. Bulk deliveries, these normally come in as a single load, often about 27 tons. When logged in, the load is assigned a lot number, either allocated automatically or the supplier's own lot number is used. When added to a bulk bin, the lot number is added to the top. And if the raw material bin fills the first bin and goes to a second bin, that same lot is added to the second bin also. Previous lots are used up on a first in, first out basis as material is weighed out from the bottom. You can have a maximum of 40 lots in a bin. Of course, there may be an element of mixing between lots in a bulk bin, and you may have to consider lots before or after the one you're interested in. Here is an example of a graphics page, and if I click on a bin, it comes up with details about the raw material in that bin, the stock, roughly 48 tons, and this comprises of two separate lots and the amount of the stock of each lot there. There are two ways to track a particular lot of hand additives. If the individual bag of hand additives has what we call a bag barcode, here, this will include various information, including a supplier's lot number. And when the additives are added to a batch and the barcode scanned, this lot number is stored with all the other information with the main batch. If you have DSL's warehouse stock tracking system, the pallet of hand additives is given a lot number, which can be the same as the supplier's lot number. And when the batch is to be used, it's allocated to hand adds, and then this lot number is stored when main batches are produced. If liquids are delivered and added to a large tank, then it's not possible to track individual lots because of mixing, unless the tank is empty before refilling. If you use liquids in IBC tanks, normally about a ton, then full tracking will work when you assign the individual IBC to a feeder. Tote bags, often weighing about a ton, these are given an individual lot number for traceability, and either they are added to the top of a bulk bin, in which case it works the same as normal bulk deliveries, or they're put onto individual feeders, you can see here in the photograph, in which case lot tracking works very well indeed. Main batches. When it comes to making the main batches, typically 3 or 4 tons, individual batches are assigned a unique batch sequence number, and raw material lot numbers are recorded from bulk bins first in, first out. So if we show the main batch here, this has got some of this lot number from this raw material bin and some from this raw material bin, and we store the information with the main batch. Hand additives are recorded from bags or from DSL's warehouse stock tracking, as just mentioned. So here is an example of a batch record. Some of the confidential information is blurred out, but these are the raw materials here, the actual weight added, and over here the lot number for each raw material added. And you can have up to 3 lots per raw material in a batch, and each lot number can be up to 14 characters. As batches are made, they're transferred to pre-pellet press bins or pre-extruder bins, and lot numbers added, first in, first out. A number of main batches go into a production run through a pelleting press process or an extruder. These are tracked through the plant, including items such as the pelleting press, the extruder, cooler, fats coater, etc., to a final finished product bin or bins. So these production runs are stored in finished product bins, and you can have one or more finished product runs in each bin, and these are also dealt with first in, first out. So when it comes to a bulk order, every bulk order, the details of the production runs that go into that order are stored with the order details. And from the production run, of course, you can get details from which batches went into it, and from each batch you can get details of which raw material lot went into that. When it comes to bagging a finished product, it's often transferred to a separate packing bin, and production run numbers are then stored with the bagging run. If you attach sequentially numbered labels to each bag, the operator has to record the first and last bag number for each bagging run, and therefore if there's a complaint about a particular bag, the customer only has to provide the bag's sequential number for you to work out which production run went into it. If you have DSL's warehouse stock tracking system, each pallet is individually tracked via its own barcode, and from this you can track where that pallet goes, which customers were supplied from any particular pallet, and this includes either full pallets or individual bags taken from a pallet. When it comes to traceability reporting, DSL's AutoPilot4Feed has a number of standard reports to show, for example, what lot numbers arrived at the plant, where in the plant any particular lot number is, what lot numbers went into a batch, what batch sequence numbers went into a particular production run, what production run numbers went to a particular delivery, and so on. Forward reporting means that for every delivery of a lot of raw material, it shows which batches it goes into, and from those which production runs are made, and from which production runs then go to each bulk load shipped out to the customer. Or for a bagging, some production runs through a bagging run to a number of pallets, which are then shipped out to a customer. Backwards reporting means that for every load shipped out, you can say which production runs went into that load, from there which batches went into those production runs, and from there which individual lot numbers of raw materials went into those batches. In addition, AutoPilot4Feed has a very powerful reporting facility to automate a lot of that work for you. So it deals with forward reporting, where lots of raw materials arrived at the plant are now, and also backwards reporting about details of a load. So I've got here a quick view of this program. You can either enter a lot number, which is either a raw material or finished product lot number, and it expands it out for you. You can look at any particular raw material code, finished product code, or you can enter an order number which has been shipped out to a customer. If you want to, you can limit the certain number of days. So if I looked at this order number now here, and the outloading tab, you can see that this went out to this vehicle registration number, this order, this amount of product, this product, If I look at another tab, for instance blending, this shows all the raw materials which have gone into that production run and so on. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Please feel free to contact DSL Systems for further details and any questions you may have.